Welcome to the 1 Minute Apologist. We interview the world's leading apologists to provide credible answers to curious questions. What is jihad?
Jihad is to strive. It's found in the Quran. It's certainly there is no reference that I can see, and certainly people have tried to find it, that it's internal striving. Jihad is foremost striving in the cause of Allah, and it's all through the Quran, especially Surah 9, which is the last surah, the last book to have been written according to Islamic Jewish prudence, and so therefore it's endemic in the Quran. Now, when you say strive, that means you must strive with everything that you contain. It could be with your wealth, but you always strive to bring Dar al-Islam into Dar al-Harb. Dar al-Harb means house of war. That's what everything is outside of Islam. Dar al-Islam means house of Islam. And you want to create Islam, and you want to take over the house of war. And that's how you use jihad. Now, there are three major methods, or three methodologies in jihad, and it follows the Prophet's life. That's what most of my radical Muslims tell me. They say when he was in Mecca from 610 to 622, that first 12 years that he received his revelations, that was the first form of da'wah. And da'wah is a form, is the evangelistic word to invite. That's the first form of jihad, and it's just using they give the symbol of the pen, so it's using anything that talks about Islam. It could be today, it could be using internet, could be using DVDs, satellite, radio, television, anything that's media oriented. That's the first form of jihad. When he moved to Medina, then he started implementing his laws and rules and regulations for the first 2 years he was there, between 622 and 624. And the image they give of that is the scale. So that's where laws are starting to be imposed. That's what they're trying to do now in Britain. The incitement to religious hatred law in 2006, that was the beginning of the second form of jihad, or da'wah. And then in 624, when that didn't work, then he started actually using the sword. So that's the third image. So you have the pen, the scale, and the sword. Now the sword was what he started implementing in 624, because he now controlled the environment. He controlled the Ansar, who were the people that invited him there. He controlled the Jews that were there. He controlled Medina. And once he started controlling Medina, not only publicly, politically, also theologically, then he started moving out and using the sword, right, left, and center for the last 8 years. So jihad has three different forms. Muslims will tell you that in the West, we're still in the first area of jihad, but we're soon moving in Europe into the second form of jihad. Sooner or later, we're going to move to the third form of jihad. And that's why we need to be aware of it. We need to know that a lot of it comes from the Prophet's own example, and it comes right in the Quran. Verse after verse after verse, I can quote to you that supports that.